There have been many heroes of Atlantic Grand Prix wrestling over the years, but this guy has an affectionate place in all our hearts, because not only was he a dedicated athlete and a dedicated family man, he had a talent of no bounds. Romeo Cormier, part of the great Cormier wrestling family of New Brunswick, wrestled professionally as Bobby Kay. He was a member again of the Cormier wrestling family, a group of 4 brothers who were all successful pro wrestlers, including the Beast, Leo Burke, and like I said, the extended family. He worked in Canada States from 67 to the mid-1980s, briefly owning and operating the Eastern Sports Association. After retiring from wrestling, he became a country music singer before taking a full-time job with the Loblaws Grocery Company. Now, he grew up with 8 brothers and 4 sisters on the family's farm in what is now Memramcook, New Brunswick. He became interested in pro wrestling because of his older brothers, Jean-Louis Yvon Léonce, who competed under the ring names Rudy Kay, the Beast and Leo Burke. At age 17, Yvon took Romeo to Calgary to train under Stu Hart. He had many names through the years, including Bobby Burke, Norton Jackson, Terry Kay, and Terry Martin. Not the biggest drink of water, 5'9", 220, but tremendous shape. He made his pro debut in 67 and wrestled in several countries. While touring the world as a competitor, again, he used several ring names. Now, the Norton Jackson moniker was mostly in Stampede Wrestling. And then he took on the moniker Terry Martin, not to be confused with a hockey player, while wrestling in Central States Wrestling. He competed primarily as a tag team wrestler, and he won his first belt title in Kansas City on Halloween night 1968. Teaming with his brother Léonce, who was using the name Tommy Martin, he won the Central States version of the NWA North American Tag Team Championship. The reign lasted for 1 week before he dropped the title to the infamous Techless Outlaws, which was Dick Murdoch and Dusty Rhodes. Now, Cormier also competed for the Eastern Sports Association, which was affiliated with the NWA. His brother Jean-Louis, competing as Rudy Kay, was both a booker and wrestler for ESA, and Cormier used his brother's ring name as the inspiration to become Bobby Kay. In the ESA, the 4 Cormier brothers often took turns facing the same wrestlers. A heel villain wrestler would face one brother, then move on to face the rest in succession. Now, Bobby Kay held the ESA International Tag Team title several times. His first came when he teamed with Léonce, who was then competing as Leo Burke, to win the title in mid-1973 by defeating Fred Sweeten and Mike Dubois. They held the title for about 1 month before dropping to Sweeten and Kurt von Steiger. Kay then teamed with his brother Yvon, who was known as the Beast, to regain the title. The teams traded the championship back and forth once again over the course of the summer. They lost the title to Sweeten and J.J. Dillon in autumn of 73. After Dillon left the promotion, the championship was vacated. Kay and the Beast regained it the following year. The reign lasted less than 1 week before Sweeten and Dubois won the title. Teaming with Burke in June 74, Kay had one final reign with the title, but he sustained an injury, however, and Ron Thompson defended the championship in Kay's place. Later that year, Cormier returned to Kansas, where he won the NWA Central States Heavyweight title in December. Cormier then went to Stampede Wrestling, this time adopting the ring name Bobby Burke to form a tag team with his brother Leo. They defeated the Royal Kangaroos in 77 to win the Stampede Wrestling International Tag Team title. After dropping the crown to Mr. Hito and Michel Martel later that year, they did not regain the belts until 1980, when they defeated Duke Myers and Atlantic Grand Prix wrestling alumni Bobby Bass. Now, Cormier competed in Toronto from 82-84 under a ring named Terry Kay, a name that he had also used while wrestling in Charlotte. He won the NWA Canadian TV Championship on December 26, 82. He and his brother Léonce bought Jean-Louis' stake in the Eastern Sports Association, but ran into problems with their partner Al Zink and television deals, which enabled Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling to gain a stronger foothold in the Maritimes. His final title victory came in Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling, when he won the company's North American Tag Team title in 1990 while teaming with his brother Leo. Now, Cormier retired from pro wrestling to spend more time with his wife and 2 children. He also performed country music as part of the Bobby Kay Band. He taught his longtime friend, former professional wrestling referee Hubert Gallant, to play the guitar. He also made another attempt at promoting wrestling events in such locations as Moncton and Halifax in the mid-1980s. After arranging exclusive deals to promote shows in specific territories, Cormier had trouble attracting fans after the WWF moved into the same areas. Because the WWF had a larger budget and was able to gain access to arenas with larger seating capacities, Cormier's promotion was unable to compete. In 2006, a celebration was held in memory of Cook to honor the 4 wrestling Cormier brothers. Cormier balanced competing in occasional wrestling matches, again with his job in shipping and receiving for Loblaws. Unfortunately, he passed away on January 7th, 2020 in Moncton at the age of 70. Now, many crowns. Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling, he was North American Tag Team title winners with Leo Burke one time. Part of the Cauliflower Alley Club recognition of the Cormier family in 2009. Central States heavyweight title winner once. And one-time North American Tag Team title winners with Tommy Martin. ESA International Tag Team title 5 times, twice with Leo Burke, 3 times with the Beast. Maple Leaf Wrestling NWA Canadian TV champion, and with Stampede International Tag Team title winner, twice with Leo Burke. See, the idea with Bobby had a very kind of a Bret Hart style. He could combine mat wrestling with big moves and, like I said, big with the fans. But we, kayfabe, knew they're all brothers. But the fact was, each one had their own role to play within the federation under Emile Dupree. But the Cormier family, again, just like the Hart family in Calgary, one of the most important wrestling families, not only in Canadian history, but North American wrestling history. And what they call the pillars of Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling are the Cormier family, along with the Cuban and KKK and all the key wrestlers of the time. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to our latest Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling podcast. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comments, and subscribe or share or super chat. And don't forget, requests for the channel are always greatly appreciated and always greatly considered. Thanks for listening, and save a ringside seat for me. Bye.